Couple years ago, I was contacted by an Amish man that asked me to help him escape from his community. My name is David Usick. I'm a retired police officer, and I'm also the author of the book, The Giant Killer. And a couple years ago, that's how the email came to me. After emailing up and back a bunch of times, I realized the word escape wasn't the proper word. Nobody was holding him at gunpoint. It wasn't like he needed to leave, but he needed to leave a very strict community. For those who don't know the Amish community, it's a community, a religious community based on real strict interpretation of living as simple as you can. No modern technology, no electricity, no plumbing, horse and buggy, no medicines. Very basically like you'd see anybody living in the 1800s. Maybe you saw pictures of Amish people in the horse-driven black buggies. They're mostly from Pennsylvania and New York. So this young man contacted me and was asking for my help and my friendship and my thoughts and why me. He read my book. The book really moved him about my friend Richard Flaherty doing the impossible, a 4'9" guy who wanted to join the military. Well, this Amish guy had something in common with Flaherty, because this Amish guy is only 4 feet tall. He's a little person, and that actually is part of the reason why he wanted to leave the community. Not that he was ostracized or treated badly in any way, but it's a very physical lifestyle. His job was as a farrier, which is that's the people who put the shoes on the horses. Very physical, saddling up these giant plow horses, that whole lifestyle. So as a younger man, he was able to do it. As he was getting into his late 20s, he realized the physical toll it's going to take, and he wouldn't be able to keep up. So, plus he was also a hellraiser. He admitted it. He didn't 100% believe in all their thoughts, their wisdom. His father was deeply connected to the community. He didn't want to shame his dad. He has 15 brothers and sisters that he didn't want to. So when he said escape, I think it was just more of all the pressure he felt that he had to stay in that lifestyle for everyone else, but not himself. We talked for a few years, emailing. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I was more than happy. Really nice guy. We jumped on the phone a few times. He snuck out and he did use a phone. And a couple of years ago, he did leave the community. Maybe 2 years or a year and a half ago, he left the Amish community. And he shot me an email about how he's doing and how he's slowly making the transition, and he goes back every once in a while. And when you leave that community, they usually don't take you back. It would take a big thing for you to leave and then be allowed to come back into the community. So huge decision. So he shoots me an email about a week and a half ago saying, hey, I want to drive down. He has a car now. I want to drive down to Florida and see you and hang out. I didn't think in a million years a small Amish guy who just left the community is going to come drive to Florida to hang out. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm going to start sharing some of the video with you. We talked about a lot of amazing things. There is an incredible amount of wisdom and knowledge these Amish people have that they kept from what our ancestors have that we forgot with our technology. Just in the sense of, he was telling me about all the natural herbal remedies they use for injuries and sickness and things like that we could be using today, and a lot of just their wisdom on how they deal with things and how their lack of technology, phones, radios, just allows them to be a little bit more spiritual. So there's a lot of things we can learn from him as he wants to learn from us. So hung out with Elmer. His name is Elmer. An incredible guy, really easygoing, funny guy, as regular guy as you get, considering he's Amish and he grew up completely different. They actually speak a little bit of a different language. It's they call it Pennsylvania Dutch, so he has a real strong accent. Took me a little while on some of the words he was saying. Like, he would say, instead of horse buggy, he would say horse bucky. I'm like, Bucky? What's a bucky? And bucky is buggy. The G he said is a K. After hanging out for a few days, ended up having a real good friendship with the guy. Real easygoing guy, real pleasure to know him, hang out with him. Went to the gym, we went to a farm, did a podcast together. The buddies of mine who have a podcast called Donut Shop Podcast asked me to come on, and I asked him if it's okay if I bring Elmer. So he ended up taking over the whole podcast because it's just so fascinating. Those guys had a million questions. What are Amish allowed to do? What are the rules? How did it start? All that stuff, and how did it feel leaving? And Elmer did talk about his escape, and it wasn't, like we said, an escape at a something hostile, but he did leave in the middle of the night, and he did try to protect his family as much as possible, because it would kind of be like a bad thing on them, as if they did something bad on why he left, and that wasn't the case at all. You know, there was those other reasons. So Elmer sprung on me that he wanted to know if I would do a documentary on his life, on the transition, on whether he goes back to the Amish life, or can he make it on his own out here. You know, look, I did one documentary. I understand it's a mountain. I understand the amount of work and time and effort. I'm not sure if I'm the right guy, but I'm interested, and we're gonna take it. You know, me and Elmer are just gonna keep talking. We're gonna start posting some videos for you guys. You have to let me know if you guys find this material interesting. If you guys find what me and Elmer are doing, and his journey, his quest to what he calls live in the English world, because they call anyone outside of the Amish world English. So if you're interested in that, and seeing his transition and seeing his struggles and the good and the bad, just let me know. And me and Elmer are going to start jumping on each other's videos on TikTok, pushing each other. He's going to be opening up a TikTok account this week to start getting his story out there, and see if maybe we can keep this giant killer thing going. Giant killer doesn't always have to be about a small guy being in the military. Giant killer could just be any underdog in life that wants to you know, do the things that he feels he's capable of doing, and doesn't believe in what society's restrictions are, with the Amish restrictions, the restrictions of him being a little person. He's just another guy that just wants to live his life and do it his way, you know, like Frank Sinatra said. So let me know in the comments, guys.